everyone, and welcome to the PCS Open 2023 presented by Innova. We are here in Vestnes, Norway at Overas Disc Golf Park at probably the most beautiful course any of us have ever been to. Jeremy Colling, Paul Uleberry here to bring you all the action. Paul, first thoughts on Vestnes and Norway?
Well, I heard that it's a 5.0 as far as scenery on UDisc,
Yeah.
and that is underrated.
Yeah.
I think, as we see that right there below, scenery on UDisc. It's the 17th best course in the world, according to UDisc.
Yeah. And the most difficult hole in Europe last year was hole 15. They've actually made a change to that hole. It's still a very challenging par 4, but this course has a lot of difficult places for sure. That being said, it is attackable in many places. We're going to see some interesting score separation, but on our card today, we've got disc golf royalty, Calvin Heimburg, the season of his life. He's on the card. Eagle McMahon. Look at that. We've got a little foreshadowing of a forehand coming today from Eagle. Good to see that he's feeling healthy and ready to bring those back into the bag.
Yeah, and you got the guy that's been living over here for a while, Paul
Yeah.
Macbeth. He's got a little experience. No jet lag for him. His stats are looking pretty clean.
And
actually, kind of a little, not as good as I would think. Paul Macbeth.
we got Greg Barsby, the reigning champion of the PCS Open. He's out here on just a fantastic round 1 starting feature card. And here we are, hole 1. Beautiful fjords in the background, the largest basket in the world to the left, and we have a 407 foot, let's go ahead and call it 124 meter starting hole. Big forehand off the tee. There is OB left and OB right. The miss is to try to miss right side.
Grass Valley, California, Team Innova, and the last year's winner of the PCS Open. Please welcome to the team, Mr. Greg Barsby.
Greg had a great playoff with Jakob Semerad and has the iconic image of him holding the battle axe after winning in the playoff. It's going to be a bit short, but it is safe and it's a good miss to have.
Yeah, it has a right to left kind of head cross.
Huntington Beach, California, sponsored by the team Israel. Please welcome to the team, Mr. Paul Macbeth.
So if you turn this over at all, I saw a lot of people drifting out of the wall to the left with that little slight crosswind. I feel like the wind's heavier here. There's something about it. It's a little heavier. Maybe it's the moisture or something in the air, but this one is inside right, but it looks like it carried all the way there.
I like the distance. I think, yeah, it's going to sneak into C1. It's a good start for Paul.
From Boulder, Colorado, and sponsored by the team Discmania, please welcome to the team, Eagle McMahon.
I'm Eagle McMahon, and we're here at the Overas Disc Golf Course in Norway. In 2019, I came out to the PCS Open when it was a C tier. Avery Jenkins was one of the first Americans to come here, and he kept telling me that it was a destination spot, and the PCS crew knew how to put on an amazing show. And back in 2019, they had dreams of making a Pro Tour happen. And now in 2023, there's an Elite Series Pro Tour event here, and I can't be happier to be here. Got my first practice round in today, and they've made a lot of changes since I played in 2019. And 2019 was a great course, but definitely a lot shorter. They stretched it out, added more out of bounds, and it's definitely a demanding course for the top players in the world. You have to hit your lines, know your spots, and the weather is going to be sunny, rainy, sunny, rainy. You never know what you can expect out here, so that's part of the challenge. And I'm really looking forward to playing here in front of the Norwegian crowd. It's now July, we're a little over halfway through the season. Had to take a little bit of a break for a few weeks. Injured myself in Portland, but got to see some professionals. I have a clear path to the rest of the season and feeling confident coming down the stretch through Europe and then remaining majors and Disc Golf Pro Tour events. So really excited to finish out the year and get those points. This is now my 8th time in Europe to play disc golf, and I just love the feeling over here. You get to see a different part of the world, you get to see different cultures, and just the way they interact with disc golf is a lot different than the standard American. So when you're playing 6-7 months out of the year in the United States, to come over here for a month and get a change of pace, it's extremely refreshing, and the nature's beautiful too.
Okay, that's cool B-roll right there. Hole 1, 3.1 average, and it's only the 7th most difficult, to kind of give people a perspective of how challenging this course can be at places.
Oh.
And that is going to go out of bounds. Eagle with a very low percentage on the speed. Elbow was very closely tucked to his hip.
Sponsored by the team Innova. Please welcome to the team Mr. Calvin Heimberg.
I could kind of tell there with Eagle's form that he's trying to protect that elbow by not using a lot of arm swing.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of people were kind of rolling it over there.
It was a very common mistake to make.
Like that.
Yeah, I think this has got the height, but it could be in danger of hitting and
Bouncing,
rolling OB.
yeah.
And that barely stays in bounds, but that was a mistake you saw a lot of people make. So Eagle most likely going to be starting with a bogey. And he's going to have to make a putt.
Surprised to see Barsby come up so short, honestly. Seems like a Barsby sort of hole here.
Great effort to keep that directly on line from that distance. Just a little low.
Very nice putt. Left side catches.
Beth obviously over here doing his first ever European extended tour. And winner of a couple events lately. Kind of heating up. This is the first time that he has been on the Disc Golf Pro Tour since, I believe, Jonesboro.
Wow. Good putt there from Eagle to get the bogey.
And a nice putt from Calvin also.
I don't think par's too bad on this hole.
No.
Played pretty tough.
So hole 2 is one of the, you saw the basket right there of hole 1. This is a crossover hole. This is one of the few weird things I think about having a course on someone's actual property. This is a piece of private property. Obviously, the course was designed by Sivert Overas, and he's lived here his whole life.
Yeah, straight shot. The only real trouble is on the right. You see the OB stakes, and then a little bit long.
And this is an ace run from McBeth, just coming behind the basket. 25 feet long. Let's call it 7 meters.
Is this gonna flip?
A little bit.
That's perfect, though. I mean,
Yeah,
anything right there by that rock. There's also a collection area left that people like to throw into. Looks like Barsby's probably gonna try that.
You might see like a little koi pond area that's just right of the pin. That plays as casual relief as Greg comes up a little bit short, again for the second consecutive hole.
See if Eagle plays the hyzer. Yeah, inside, if you go to these rocks, it's a nice little collection area. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Hyzer in the rock. Make a putt.
Let's see if Greg can get the height right this time. Pretty similar miss to hole 1.
Ew.
Oh, okay. Hang on there. Some good birdie putts for Calvin and Eagle. And Macbeth should be doing the same as well. Oh no, off left side.
He says, I need this jacket off.
So this course went in 2013, I believe, when Broga and Sievert one day decided that they wanted to put a disc golf course on this property, never having played the sport, never having been to another course. They just randomly saw disc golf one day and just said, let's put a course here on our property. And that's how the whole thing started. It's a pretty amazing story that they are now here on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. On to hole 3. Par 3, 361 feet. This one is a huge right to left slope here with OB left of the pin. A lot of players are gonna go for this big spike hyzer, but there's also the straight shot that the player can maybe go for a mild flex forehand. But I think everyone in this group is probably gonna be going with the hyzer.
Oh, I haven't seen anybody taking the high spike hyzer like that yet. I like that.
I like that a lot too. Disc wants the knife into the ground. A lot of people are going for the straight overstable fairway driver or mid-range.
You hit a lot of stuff there.
This could stall it out enough to be in danger of going OB, but I think he's hung on. Macbeth accessing the most high area by going left side tee box, and this looks really good.
Oh, wow. Yeah, very good. How far do you think that's playing for them?
Just as far downhill as it is, it probably plays not much more than a 320-foot hyzer.
Okay.
This is the shot that you see most people go with. And once again, Greg Barsby short on the opening par 3 stretches. You know he's going to knock down one of these eventually. And there it is.
Beautiful stroke. Look at this little slow mess.
Right in the heart.
Doesn't get any better than that, does it?
He had to make some putts of that length on his route to winning the 2022 PCS Open.
Yeah, go for it.
And Macbeth with a tap in. So second and third easiest holes on the course in the last 2 holes. We're about to get more challenging though. Hole 4 is going to be a tough one. Calvin with a perfect start. Hole 4 is basically the very first super challenging hole I feel like we have on this course, Paul. What are you trying to do here?
Yeah, it's super challenging because we have a bunch of trees on the right. We also have that OB line that almost makes it all the way to circle 2 there, just outside circle 2. So you want to get as straight as you possibly can. You see the big mistake is everybody hyzering left a little too far because of the fear of the out of bounds on the right. Let's see if Calvin's got the straight disc, and there it is. Yeah, a little too far left.
Yep.
He could get lucky and bend like
through. Oh my gosh.
Through the trees.
Oh my
like
goodness. That. Yeah, that was pulled way too far left, but my goodness, that looked like it even took a big hit that redirected or something. That looks pure.
So good.
Yeah, that. Oh, and a little help at the end as well.
Yeah, that was going well past. Is it gonna flip? there's a couple guardians there that'll stop ya.
Yep.
I don't know. Sounded like maybe.
I know one of these par threes, Greg Barsby is going to get past the hole. I can feel it. It's coming.
Yeah, this is just your classic mistake, missing left, and all of them get through.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing about those guys. They figure out even, maybe they're aiming for those gaps over there.
Yeah, at this level, I wouldn't question it.
It's a tough little comebacker there.
Yeah, you know Greg's giving it a stab, though. He doesn't like to lay up. McBeth, once again, a little bit left side. The make on hole 1 was left side. His miss on 2 was left side, and his make on 4. Let's see if he makes the adjustment throughout the round.
Left side, Eagle likes that play.
Yep. He says, if it goes in, I'll try it. Yeah, just a bit longer than you'd like your par putt to be, unfortunately. Greg just a little hesitant. That's going to be a mistake that hurts. You got to be careful on this green. Doesn't look like it, but there's a little slope right behind the pin, and it drops off and goes downhill. So McBeth was quite fortunate to hit that rock. That thing would have carried for another 30 feet at least if he had avoided it.
Ooh, last catcher by the chain there for McBeth. All right.
What a start.
Very nice. 4 through 4, only person.
Hole 5, another tricky par 3. 325 feet uphill through this gap, and then there's this big rock wall that has an OB water area. If you go out of bounds there, you go to a drop zone, but it is a very specific gap. Calvin is going to miss that left, hit the tree, and drop down safe.
Kind of best case scenario with a bad shot like that. Landing it short, being able to just throw the hyzer over the water.
That's the smooth shot you're looking for. Yeah. I don't think he's going to miss that one left side.
Might. Let's see. Drops it in right side or left side? I'm wondering.
He could drop it anywhere he wants. Beautiful shot from McBeth.
Yes.
Eagle tries to go for the super hyzer flip play, and it works out. Pretty cool camera trick there as the Huck Lab die kind of looked like it was spinning in reverse on the skip. And that looks pretty pure as well from Greg. And that is a way to bounce back from the 3-putt bogey,
Yes.
if you could call the first throw a putt. Just want to avoid hitting metal there for Calvin as his approach comes in.
I've got about a 35-footer, no
Yeah.
problem. Few guys in the world make those look very, very easy, and he's one of them.
He's one of them. If you see that structure behind the basket there, that's going to be the next tee. Just keep that in mind as these guys tap out their birdies. Because you've already seen pictures of it on Instagram and all over the social media, but it's probably one of the most photographed holes in the world, if not on tour. McBeth matching Calvin Heimberg's 4-under start.
With a short, kind of little dinky miss, too, on 2. Yeah, Gates of Valhalla. 292 directly downhill, par 3, triple mandatory. Not much else to say.
So much more to say and not much else to say.
Just look.
Yeah, just appreciate the scenes of the world, the fjords in Norway.
Oh, that's good.
It needs to slow down.
I don't think
Yes,
it does.
he puts the brakes on. That ground play, even in the mulch, does want to slow the disc down. It can get pretty brutal on the skip.
Oh, I feel like those are pretty good.
Yeah, very, very good. The gates are obviously held up with 2 incredibly large swords. The axe and the sword up at the tee box were hand carved by Broga, one of the course designers. Barsby nearly bringing up the ace, and there's that fast green that we're talking about. He'll have a 45-foot comebacker.
He likes those up-hillers. I wouldn't be surprised if that one goes in.
Calvin playing that one well short. Let's see how much skip
I like
it
it,
gets.
though. I like the short play skip up there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be...
30 something
Yeah,
feet.
but that's good.
Yeah. And a little bit more than that. He's outside the circle. Doesn't matter.
No.
So good. Yeah, let's call that one a 15-meter. He was walking for a while. That is the tricky part about this hole, is getting that distance right. You want to skip and kind of slide to the pin, but sometimes you just doesn't quite get the right momentum. And he didn't miss it low. And you know, Greg's feeling the pressure right now with Calvin and Macbeth laying it down with 5 under starts. A little bit slow out of the gate.
I mean, that's exactly what you want to do out here. Through the first 7, 8, 9, 10 holes, you want to get under because the back does get very tricky.
Yeah.
Very, very tricky.
That's absolutely right. How many players are at 5 under? 3 of them. Luke Sampson also off to a great start, and not even that many players at 4 under. So you can see these guys are really getting things going early. Hole 7, par 4, 669 feet. It is a hyzer tee shot. You want to finish left, but the problem is the OB comes in pretty tight left. The drone won't show it there. The farther left you get, the better access you have to this low ceiling shot here over this little out of bounds pond. If you don't land in the right spot, you're going to see a lot of people go spike hyzer, thumber, all sorts of different ways of getting over those trees.
Heard rumor that there's a route over the top of them to the green, too.
I don't want to spoil anything for anyone else, but in a round before the tournament started, a certain player went over the top and put it 20 feet away and got the eagle too. And nice shots there. You can see the OB line on the right side of your screen. It is very close to where Macbeth and Eagle have landed their drives.
Worried about Eagle's shot because you want to go over the top on your second shot, and he's going to be forced to go down the middle, which is very tricky.
Yeah, it's very tricky. Calvin, a lot of distance, but the angle is going to be, I don't know what he's going to have from here. He might be close enough to the edge. He might be able to pierce one through the gap. I'm very interested to see what he goes with. I feel like we're going to have some creative approaches coming up here.
Yes.
The eagle is looking skyward.
And he's going back in. So I feel like with this shot, the closest he's going to be able to get is like the circle's edge.
I think he went grenade.
Yeah, never mind.
He went grenade.
Yep.
And that is
That
the
makes
play.
sense.
Yep. And great control with that. Greg going to go with the other type of spike hyzer, going with the forehand, which does swing back towards the basket. A little bit of rain this morning helping those discs dig into the ground.
For a second there, I wasn't going to get over.
Macbeth does have that perfect angle to go down the middle. And that is a very touchy shot. It makes that look very easy. But that tree on the left side of his frame can be pretty scary. Okay.
Really?
That is fortunate. I mean, if he is any other place,
Yeah.
he might not have any gap at all.
Well, he's so close to because he did get a lot of power on the drive. That's going to be a star frame.
Beautiful work from our card, figuring out how to get the job done on the second shot.
Good drives really sets up this hole. It's not that. What is this? The easiest hole?
No, it's the fourth easiest hole, but yeah, I'm
Surprised it's not. Because of the way they made it look. Everybody on my card got it too.
everyone birded in your card. Yeah.
You?
We had 0 birdies on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's where the average was.
yeah. I mean, the drive went out of bounds for a couple players, and the approaches weren't that difficult, but challenging enough that it caused some problems. Anyway, hole 8, another par 4. Very important tee shot to get past this corner here where you see these people playing. From here, it is a backhand putter approach. Pretty simple once you achieve the right tee shot, but any errant tee shot and your scramble opportunities are quite limited. How understable is Macbeth's driver? This is quite
Wow.
flippy.
Very understable.
I saw him lining up hyzer, and I was thinking, my goodness, you do not want your drive going left here. That is such a good tee shot. Oh, just catching the cabbage. I think there should still be a decent angle to get to the pin.
Tough little spot there. Once you get in those trees, all the gaps are tiny. They're like 4 foot wide at most.
I guess I have to say I'm a bit shocked to not see Calvin or Macbeth go with the forehand off the tee.
Yes, I agree.
Because their power gets them around that corner.
Mm-hmm.
And Greg, you can see with an errant tee shot, best case scenario for him is just get as far up the fairway as possible. He's done a great job there. There is out of bounds on the right side that you see come into play, but Greg has avoided it.
Outside chance of making it there from there too.
Over the top play for Macbeth, and that comes up short, but he might have...
It's pretty good.
He's pretty good from that range too. Through the woods.
Oh. I've been seeing a lot of people take this shot all over this course.
And a bit short, let's call it 10 meters.
Oh, this looks wide open, kind of. A little
And
short, too.
yeah, a little
Okay.
short.
At least we get to see some putting. This is the one. Come on.
Hammer fist. And once again, Greg's going to have to earn the par.
Oh, this isn't close at all. This was optical illusion for us. It was way in there.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't be surprised
Oh,
at
no,
least
not
if
at
he
all.
had made it. Calvin off left side, leaving eagle. Only chance for birdie, and he connects. So now he has birdied 5 consecutive holes to get to 5 under. 6 of the last 7.
Back to back, dummy, inside out, super spikes.
Greg
What is
is
it called? Grenade.
the grenades. Or super spikes, whatever.
Inside out, super spike.
Inside
Dummies, inside out, super spike. Yeah, Greg, a little off on his
Can't do that.
comebacks. He usually makes all those.
Yes.
That's the thing. He gets a hall pass because he's so good with the long jump putts that it's very surprising, calm condition, that he's not just hammering those ones out.
1 under through 8's not going to get it done right now in these conditions. The wind is down. The wind can get brutal out here,
Yeah.
so you need to take advantage of these scoring opportunities. But top 2 on this card are still the top 2 in the event through 8 holes. Final hole in the front 9. What's the play here?
Keep giving me the same holes.
Okay, I'll do this one.
It's 341. It's dead straight. I mean, a little left to right bender, but not a lot of trouble unless you miss this pretty wide gap.
Eagle tight on the right side.
That's pretty good.
Just enough speed to beat the corner.
You
Gets
can,
up there inside 8 meters.
yeah, you can get into that little ditch on the right, and your footing's a little tricky and
Yeah.
or whatever. But I just don't see these guys having too much of a problem with this hole.
Couldn't make
It
that.
is.
Oh my gosh.
It is pretty tight,
I was
and
about
that's
to say.
about it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
But it's like forgivingly wide.
I'm surprised Macbeth hit anything. I was about to comment on how I didn't think this gap could look as wide open. So he just made it look.
I mean, they're all making it look pretty. This is not that wide.
Yeah, for 341. Greg gonna push this one left side, but the forehand is gonna come up a bit short and right.
It's been short on a lot of holes. Oh, no.
Awkward stance, trying to give it a little spin, almost a little help from the first tree.
Stupid branch.
Yeah, clear frustration and understood. A lot of,
I'm frustrated.
I mean, he comes to this event very proud as a champion, but also with a lot of expectations, I'm sure. Calvin, can't imagine he goes anywhere without certain expectations on himself to just keep doing what he's been doing all year.
Yeah.
His consistency this season has been truly remarkable. And you gotta like seeing that man make his putts. You know, Calvin figuring it out on the green is always the scariest thing in the entire world if you're a competitor at the event.
Yeah, I saw, was it Statmando that he has a scoring average of 9 or minus 9.3 or something.
Per round.
Yeah. How's that?
Well, he's well on his way with a 7-under front nine, leading the way. Macbeth and McMahon 6-under, and then also a different Paul of the Ulibarri kind. Nice little 6-under. A few others, Matt Bell and Luke Sampson off to stellar starts. Well done, my friend. 9 holes through here at Overos Disc Golf Park. Come back to see the end of round 1.